Hey everyone, I'm Spencer.
I'm Lara, and we're married with board games. In the Indian province of Kerala, there are thousands of festivals each year in which painted elephants are on display and roam about everywhere.
Turning that into a board game is not the first thing that would come to me if I saw the events, so it left us feeling intrigued when we heard about Kerala.
So we dove into this 2 to 5 player tile laying game from Tim's and KOSMOS to see which of us could make the most magnificent fairground with as many elephants as possible.
And now we'll head over to the table to share with you Kerala, the way of the elephant. Alright, this is basically everything that comes with Kerala, minus the rule book, of course. I want to show you everything and then kind of walk you through how the game works. In the game, what you're trying to do is build a platform, essentially, of these different tiles, and these are all your starting tiles for your color, and in this bag are various tiles of these different colors. I'll get to those here in a second. First, I want to show you these elephants. They're these big wooden elephant meeples, and they're shiny, all of great color choices. And again, everyone will choose a color and they'll have a starting tile. You'll start your game with your 2 elephants on one tile, and then on your turn you'll draw into this bag the number of tiles as there are players. So if I'm playing a 3-player game, I'll draw 3 tiles, and these are the tiles we have to choose from. Now these tiles, some of them have elephants on them. Now these are the points that these tiles are worth at the end of the game, so keep that in mind. We'll go around the table picking from the tiles that are available. You set it down and then move your elephant onto it. And that's it. Every round you pick a tile, set it down, and move an elephant on it. You can't put the tile down if you can't move your elephant to it. So I couldn't pick this tile because I can't move an elephant onto it. You can't move diagonally, you can only move orthogonally adjacent. What you're trying to do is group the colors together. So if more purple tiles come over here, I want to work them to where they're all touching this purple tile and not in another area. If another black came up, I want to put all my black to where they're touching. Same thing for all the different colors. If you have 2 different areas of colors, you're going to lose points at the end of the game for each tile that's in that separate area. The only exception is for the tiles of your color, so I can have 2 different areas of green if I wanted to. But you're trying to be strategic about which tile to pick up and where you're going to place it. Now there are other types of tiles too, if I can find them. This is a special tile. It still counts as a red tile, but if you manage to place it next to a tile of this color, this tile is worth 5 points at the end of the game. This tile right here means once you put it down and you move your elephant onto it, you can move another tile anywhere else as long as there's no elephant on it. So I could move this tile over here if I wanted to. Finally, there's one more special tile. I will find it here in this bag. There are a lot of tiles, so it's a pretty decent length game. It's not too quick, but it feels like just the right amount of time. Here's the other type of tile. As you can imagine, if you put this down and move your elephant on it, you can move any elephant, even the one you just moved, anywhere else on your platform. So I can move it here if I wanted to. Those are all the different types of tiles. Again, they come in all 5 different colors. And again, you want to have the colors in different groups, and you want to have every color represented in your platform. If you don't, you lose points for that at the end of the game too. It also comes with a handy score pad that helps you calculate your score at the end of the game.
All right, so now you've gotten an up-close look at Kerala, what it looks like on the table. So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
First off, the art.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's the tiles, you know, they're standard tiles, right? You can't get too crafty with those, but they're pretty. They look good. For me, it's the elephants, though.
Well, and the iconography on them is so clear.
Yes, it's very clear. There's no question about what it means.
Exactly. You're not having to look up any references.
Yeah.
So very nice job on that.
But yeah, for me, it's the elephants with just a little bit of shine and that gold that's on them.
It's so lovely.
And you I remember what you picked the black because you like the way that the black and the gold were. It's my school colors.
Contrast.
My high school. Go Jackrabbits. But yeah, it's definitely a great looking game on the table. One that you'd almost want to frame.
I know, yeah.
Right.
And I think it's so much funny how we've played this with different people, and there's always at least one in the group that when we pull it out, they go, oh, I love elephants.
Yeah.
And so elephants are just appealing to people,
Yeah.
and I really think that's neat.
Right. Well, and on that note, it's a game about elephants, and you're moving them around and building this platform for your celebration or whatever. I think that's a neat concept.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, obviously, it's based on fact. So
Right.
I mean, it's educational. I'm learning something.
I'll tell you what,
new.
I looked it up to do some research for this game, and they really do have like thousands of these festivals in that area every year. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but it's really neat. It's unique. It's not just the same thing over again, and it's I like it, and it works. It works with what you're doing with the game.
Right, yeah, it's simple, but it's got a substantial amount of heft to it still, even though it's a simple game, and that's what I think is so neat about it.
And now that we are on gameplay, it's very straightforward. First of all, a turn, it's just simple. You pick up a tile, you put it down, move your elephant. That's it, and then it goes, and so the turns are quick. It's a very quick moving game.
I feel like, although I do worry, the more people that you might have in play, there could be a possibility for AP.
Yeah, especially if you're the first to go.
With so many tiles out there to choose from, and as your platform has accumulated more tiles, it's going to be more of having to figure out where to pick which. There's potential for AP.
I have found myself saying, "Oh, I want this. No, I want this. Oh, no, what? Yeah." So I can see that, but I mean, I wouldn't say any more so than any other, game like this.
I mean, it's not going to be like staggering AP like there could be in some big war game, or anything like that. This isn't going to be just super long, I mean, I think it's such an intimate game as well that it would be okay to give a little nudge of, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I like the way you put it, about the decisions when picking a tile. It's you've got things to look at. You're not looking about, okay, you have an open space next, but you're looking at the color because you want all the colors to look alike. You're looking at the point value on the tiles. Looking at the special symbols.
Yes.
You're looking at, okay, I can move an elephant to the center and maybe start covering up some of these tiles. It's a game that's in concept, it's easy, but when it gets down to playing it, you got some difficult decisions to make.
Yeah, because especially when you're first laying out, I feel like, and you're not getting those consistent colors, you have to start figuring out, okay, this color could spur off this way, and this one can go off this way, if it ever comes. And then you also have to be thinking about where your elephant is, because your elephant has to move on to that newly placed tile. And I think that's key, and I think that's really...
It is. Well, and like the special tile that allows you to pick up a tile and move it, I always find myself, oh no, I can't move that because there's an elephant on it. So yeah, there's a lot of, you got to kind of plan ahead too, and I really appreciate that. And if you're thinking of something to compare this to, if you've played Santorini, it's got a similar kind of thing, because in Santorini you're moving your workers and you can build beside them.
Yes, the worker has to be next to it.
Yeah.
But these...
You can't go diagonal.
Exactly.
And it does feel different. It feels like a different game. Similar, but different.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yep.
And so for a great looking abstract strategy game with meaningful decisions, check out Kerala.
We don't usually gravitate towards abstract strategy games. We typically favor games heavy in theme and stories. Now that being said, this is an instance where we are making an exception.
We find that Kerala does a great job presenting decisions to be made when drawing and placing tiles that are both meaningful and strategic.
When you combine that with the beautiful presentation, Kerala keeps us coming back to the table time and again. And for that, we rate it a Married with Board Games average of 8 and award it a seal of excellence.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like pictures of pretty elephants, be sure to follow us on Instagram, where we've posted pictures from our plays of Kerala and many other games.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.